was a low point in my life. The war in Vietnam, which I, along with thousands of other college students, took to the streets to oppose, was becoming more bloody at home and abroad. In unrelated violence, a friend I loved was murdered that spring by a teenage gang. A few weeks after my friend's murder, I ended a relationship with my boyfriend, whom I will call Carl. Carl and I parted on unpleasant terms, with me wanting a clean break, him wanting another chance. He left town and traveled for a while with no clear plans. One day, about 2 months after our breakup, Carl appeared at my apartment door, entreating me to talk to him, to get back together. I told him I wasn't interested in reviving the relationship. He began to shout that he would kill himself if I wouldn't speak with him. I had loved this man once and felt guilty that I was making him so unhappy. I thought that he really might try to commit suicide. I agreed to go outside to talk with him. Once outside, he insisted that I go with him to a mutual friend's apartment where he was staying. According to Carl, that friend wanted to see me and had said that we would all have dinner together. We could talk there, he said. It never occurred to me that Carl was lying. I thought that maybe our friend could help me convince Carl that the relationship was really over. The friend's apartment was in a part of the city that I wasn't familiar with. I can still remember climbing up the stairs to the apartment, thinking how glad I was that our friend would be there. I stepped into the apartment, calling out his name. Behind me, I heard the thunk of a door bolt. I turned, and Carl was standing, grinning. Needless to say, our friend was not in the apartment. Carl had known that when he brought me there. I immediately believed that I could die. If I had any doubts, he removed them moments later by telling me that he was going to kill me. As the night progressed, he continued to threaten to kill me and then himself if I refused to renew our relationship.
I'm so angry at you.
He only let me out of his sight to use the bathroom.
Can I please go by you? Do I have to jump over you? Thanks.
I discovered there were no windows. I could have yelled for help, but I did not. My reasons were contradictory, yet I didn't know where I was or who might come. I didn't want to embarrass Carl or myself. I still felt I could talk him out of the situation, and I was afraid that my yelling would only make him angrier and put me in more danger. When late into the night he motioned to the bedroom, I followed. In bed, he draped his arm across me. He had intercourse with me at least once, but I think it might have been more than that. It seemed to go on for a long time. I felt like I was in the corner of the room, watching the bed from a distance. Eventually he fell asleep. I did not move. I did not holler. I did not try to leave. In the morning, Carl walked me back to my apartment. We parted company about a block from my door at my insistence. Although I think he agreed because he didn't want to risk running into my roommates. When I finally got inside, I stripped off my clothes and stood in the shower for an hour. I did not go to work that day.